that you could have with psychedelics. I hadn't seen anything. Sure. I hadn't seen anything showing how it could be very, very therapeutic for people, and I was wondering how can you do that cinematically? So I kind of just shelved the idea in the back of my brain, and then the pandemic happened, and then I realized, oh, well, this could be actually a great setting for the story. And so during the pandemic, I wrote the script. It probably took me like 8-9 months, and then I didn't have much of a budget either, so I had to figure out a way to get it done. But then over the next, we actually shot this film in 18 days, so there was a lot of prep work, and then I'd say most of the work was done in the editing room.
Can you talk about the VFX process? What software did you use? How long did it take? Did you use AI?
You know, again, because I had a very small budget. I mean, the film wasn't even $100,000.
Wow.
So, and there's no way I could compete with Marvel on that budget, right? So I had to think of a way to make the film unique. And one thing that helped me greatly was AI. Yeah, like so some of those scenes where you see like animation, that was AI generated. I did have 2 CGI artists help me. They were friends. So they're going to be basically paid on deferment. But and then I did like 90% of CGI myself. That's why it took so long for me to get the film done. Because I'm a bit of a perfectionist. And just every day I would notice little mistakes and I'd work on it. And then besides that, I mean, some of the shots that people think are CGI are actually not. So like that scene at the end where you see all these different variety of trees. We actually stole shots from an arboretum, which is basically a garden full of trees. So like, things like that.
Yeah, sorry, when I read about the movie, I was thinking it's gonna be just a street movie, but I was wondering if there is, what is the meaning, right? Like, do you want to say something with the film?
So, I mean, there's many things I wanted to say. A lot of the film was born out of my frustration during that time. The leaders that we had in the U.S. weren't taking the pandemic seriously, and just like some of the selfishness I was seeing from a lot of just people in the news and neighbors and so forth. Besides that, like everybody's going through something, and right now, like psychedelics are kind of, I mean, they're quite illegal in the U.S., and I think there's a lot of promise that psychedelics have in terms of helping with depression, anxiety. Another thing I didn't mention is that I did a retreat early on in the process of my writing, and it was like I was feeling quite lonely during the pandemic, and it was almost like I had 50 therapy sessions in one night. It was crazy, and I was like, why don't more people know about this? So yeah, I mean, I tried to tackle all that in a 95-minute film, Hopefully I did it. Thank you.
Yeah.